Holy crap, what in the world? Oh, it's from KP. What on earth has he gotten himself into this time? Well, let's have a look. Oh, it's a frame. I was way off. What is up, guys? Charles, mXrevival. Pleasure to be hanging out with you on Kincaid's YouTube page. This is for you guys, all of Kincaid's amazing viewers. He sent in his CR250 frame, which I should call your CR250 frame. Today, we're gonna vapor blast this big, bad, ugly bastard for you. Get it back up to snuff, make it look gorgeous. Now, I promise this thing doesn't look as good as it does on film for you right now. It's only because KP did such a good base prep job trying to get the crud off of it so it wasn't floating around the vapor blasting cabinet. KP, thanks for the opportunity and sending your frame in. I'm honored to be a part of this build with you guys. I'm honored to do what I can do to make your build as good as possible. So to everybody watching, best of luck winning Kincaid's newest creation. My fingers are crossed for you. Maybe I'll even win it. And if I win it, I'll give it away again. How about that? Let's check this thing out a little bit closer and then throw it in the blast cabinet. All right, so a closer look will reveal some of the many years of use and stainage on this thing. Again, KP did a really good job trying to dig everything out of these nooks and crannies here. In the back, you did an amazing job, honestly. We're gonna go ahead and prep this thing real quick, get it in the vapor blasting cabinet, and guys, when we pull it out, I hope you love it. This is for you. So guys, I'm down here with these holes that we need to plug up. If you're doing this at home, get yourself some powder coating plugs. They are silicone plugs that you can just jam right into the frame, all different shapes and sizes. Up here on these flat ones, I'm actually gonna do something a little different where I have larger holes. Down in the frame, I'm gonna use a larger plug that won't fall out. Up here, we're gonna use some of Cameron's Prime MX pads. These are the ones for the drill, and we're gonna pre-clean this area and use a couple of little stickers. We can clean this off with some brake clean real quick, get that aluminum dust off. Wear gloves, kids. Don't be stupid like me. And then I have these little stickers here, little Decepticon heads. We actually used these on a previous YZ250 giveaway build for the master cylinder sight glasses that at the time, I didn't know you could get out. So anyways, these will be perfect. And when we pull these off, we'll have some clean frame underneath. The only other holes in the CR250, pretty much down here that you'd want to plug. And these larger plugs, they won't get knocked out as easily by hand as I'm rolling this thing around in the vapor blaster. And also the vapor blaster won't push the plugs into the frame because A, it's not that powerful, but it is powerful enough up top where we put the stickers to shoot these pink plugs into the frame, at which point, if you don't notice, you're shooting glass bead into your frame. No bueno. Now down here on this zinc plated steel bracket, I'm just gonna bend this up just a little bit so I can sneak some duct tape behind it. If you wanna get super psycho, you can actually lay this tape over the top and use a razor blade and sort of cut your way around it, you know, like a dead body with a chalk line. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this rivet area in the center bare, no tape, because as you guys can see, it does have some corrosion on it. I'm gonna give it a very light PSI vape right there. That way, hopefully, I can polish some of this corrosion off, leave this nice and shiny, but also not take the zinc off to the point where down the road when you guys are washing your giveaway bike that you've won, congratulations, it won't rust. All prepped, let's get her in the tank. All in a day's work, my friends. Check this thing out. Came out insane. Liquid metal, basically perfect compared to what it was before. Doesn't really look used anymore, does it? All the oxidation is gone. Everything is buttery smooth. Guys, you gotta check out the CR250 build. Get yourselves entered. Support Kincaid. Stoked to do this for you, buddy. The vapor blaster gets in everywhere. Areas you can't reach with wheels, Scotch-Brite, prime pads even, as great as they are, the vapor blaster will get in there. And as you can see, it will produce some amazing results. So to everybody who went ahead and entered to win Kincaid's CR250 build, this is for you. I hope you love it. Guys, I know this bike is going to come together super titties. Kincaid's got so many cool parts in the shop. The engine's all built. Sorry, I keep flashing this thing at you. I don't know what else to do with my hands. Anyways, from Kincaid's CR250 frame and I, best of luck to you guys. Enjoy the giveaway, enjoy the build. I'll catch up with you soon.
Sweet baby Jesus. Charles, you did an absolutely stunning job on the CR250 frame. I am so excited for it to arrive so I can see it in person. Guys, if you're not familiar with Charles and mXrevival, I would highly recommend you check out his YouTube channel as well as his Instagram. He's doing a bike build of his own right now. He's building an unbelievable electric start gas MC 500 two-stroke called HELFYRE that will be going to one lucky winner. I've learned a lot from Charles from watching his videos. He's very talented at what he does. So Charles, thank you so much once again for blasting this frame for me. It's really gonna bring the caliber of the CR build up another level. So guys, you know what's better than the chance to win one bike? The chance to win two. So links to enter for both HELFYRE and the CR250 will be in the description below. And without further ado, let's jump into it. Thanks again, Charles. The frame is in transit back to Montana right now, which means I better get to work. I've got all of these electrical components and hardware that needs to be refinished and cleaned up so that I can start assembling the bike as soon as the frame arrives. But first, let's get caffeinated. Damn it, that is so hard to do. I like my coffee like I like my women. Sweet and blonde. Still need to clean up all of these electronic components here, but take a look at how the Cerakoted bolts and hardware turned out. I opted to leave some of the aluminum pieces with a raw brushed finish, but all of the steel components got this black coating, and I think they turned out incredible. I had no problems threading nuts right back onto these threads since Cerakote is so thin, it is not an issue. Also, if you'll notice, we've got a brand new chain roller right here. That is a Pro X chain roller, courtesy of Prime MX. You can order chain rollers, bearings, and all sorts of rebuild kits on the Prime MX website. Speaking of Prime MX, I want to send some positive thoughts out to Cameron. He posted an update the other day, and unfortunately, he's been diagnosed with cancer for the third time. I've never met Cam personally, but I know he's a genuine guy with nothing but great intentions who has done a lot of great things for this community. So I just wanted to take a moment to say, hang in there, Cam. Can't wait to hear, not too long from now, that you beat cancer for the third time. You got this, man. Charles over at mXrevival actually set up a donation link for Cam, so if you would like to help out with his battle against cancer, that link will be in the description as well. That was the doorbell. I'm sorry, Leo. I'm sorry, Leo. It's okay. We're filming a video, bro. Good boy. Sorry, Mackie. I'm sorry. I scared the dogs. Well, I can tell you right now, Charles packages a frame a lot more thoroughly than I do. Well, guys, we're all unboxed, and as a whole, I am thrilled. This thing looks absolutely stunning, but if you look closely right here on the main spar, something weird went on during shipping. I texted Charles about it. We're not sure if the packaging somehow reacted with the metal or what, but there are all these little spots showing, and of course, it's right on the main spar. But at this point with building bikes, the one thing I can always be sure of is that everything is not gonna go to plan. I used to let that stress me out a whole lot, and the more builds I've done, the less I worry about it. I'm always aware that unforeseen problems will arise, and it's my job to sort them out. So, of course, Charles had a solution for me. He told me to go to the store and get some SOS pads. That's what I did, so hopefully we'll be able to get this all cleaned up. I mean, you guys saw Charles's video from when he sent this out. It was looking absolutely perfect, so this happened during transit. Another quick hurdle to jump through. Hopefully we'll have this thing dialed in just a few minutes and then start bolting things onto this frame. That's probably 2 minutes of scrubbing. Moment of truth here. Oh yeah, we're looking a whole lot better. The frame is looking absolutely stellar now that we took care of that, so thanks Charles for helping me sort that problem out. Now let's get these fresh foot pegs installed. We've got our peg mounts as well as some titanium pivot pins from Warp 9. With the frame secured to my Redline Engineering scissor lift stand, my blank canvas was ready to begin assembly. I opted to use triple clamps from Ride Engineering for this build. Not only do they look incredible, but they modify the offset from stock to help improve the front end characteristics and make the bike handle a bit more like a modern Honda. I utilized new Ride Engineering bar mount dampers as well, and these bar mounts were simply tusk mounts that I stripped and Cerakoted. I installed a brand new set of handlebars and went with the Carmichael bend for this build. The Ride Engineering clamps came with the lower steering bearing installed, but for the upper I used a Pro X bearing and race from the Prime MX website. With the triple clamps installed, it was time to switch my attention over to the swing arm and linkage and then get the engine bolted into the frame. I must say I am very pleased with how the black hardware turned out. It really adds a nice contrast to those beautiful aluminum parts. Tetrising the engine into the frame is always fun, and I always find it to be worth removing the shift lever and kickstarter. It makes the task a whole lot easier. Finally got this motor dropped into the frame, and wow, the contrast is everything I hoped it would be. This engine looks so good inside this vapor blasted frame. With the engine torqued down, I then installed all of the electrical components before moving on to the radiators. Now this is the first time you guys have gotten to see the radiators coated. I did this kind of quietly while I coated other parts. I wanted it to be a nice little surprise. I think the black radiators pop so nicely and really tie together well with these red hoses. So there's one more thing I could get done tonight, which is to install the beautiful handmade Hygge cone pipe. While Hygge pipes are not cheap, you certainly get what you pay for, and this pipe is immaculate. No lie, my heart is racing about to put this pipe on the bike. I am so excited to see this thing bolted up. It gives you the pronunciation, Hygge. This one was made in January of 23 for an 02 CR250. Well guys, got this absolute beauty sitting next to me. My big goal was to get the engine in the frame before I leave for Serbia on Friday, and managed to get it done. I've got quite a few more parts I can still bolt up, and that'll be in the next episode. But the next big item I need to continue progress is the suspension. You see it coming together. Go get yourself entered to win this thing. Someone's taking this bike home. Thank you guys so much for following along with this build. It's been so exciting, and it's only getting more exciting. I'll talk to you guys in a few weeks when I get back from Serbia.